Maurice Flickcraftoft, the ultimate fraud. What do you do when you've never played golf but want to compete in the British Open? If you're Maurice Flickcraftoft, you lied. This crane operator from England had never completed a full round of golf in his life, yet somehow convinced the R&A he was a professional. How did he prepare for golf's oldest major? He borrowed a library book, read some magazine tips, and practiced on a beach with half a set of clubs. That's it. That's the preparation. July 1976, Royal Birkdale. Flickcraftoft's opening drive barely cleared the tee. What followed was 18 holes of pure carnage. A 49 over par 121, the worst score in Open Championship history. When reporters asked what went wrong, he blamed leaving his 5 wood in the car. Seriously. But here's where it gets better. The R&A banned him for life, but Maurice kept sneaking back. Fake names like Arnold Palmtree and Count Manfred von Hoffmann. Fake mustaches, sunglasses, the whole spy movie treatment. What drives a man to repeatedly humiliate himself on golf's biggest stage? Maurice Flickcraftoft turned incompetence into art. Topic 2. Jean van de Velde, the meltdown master. What's worse than losing a golf tournament? Losing it in the most spectacular way possible while the entire world watches. July 18th, 1999. Carnoustie. Jean van de Velde needed a double bogey to win his first major. A double bogey. Most weekend golfers could manage that under pressure, right? Instead, van de Velde produced sport's greatest collapse. His drive found trouble. Did he play safe? No. He went for the hero shot. The ball ricocheted off a grandstand, bounced into thick rough near the berry burn. Then came the iconic moment. Van de Velde taking off his shoes and socks, rolling up his pants, wading into the water to consider his options. What was he thinking? That playing from a hazard was somehow better than taking a drop? Triple bogey. Playoff. Lost to Paul Lorie, who'd started the day 10 shots behind. Van de Velde went from certain champion to golf's most famous choker in 20 minutes. What haunts him more? The shots he hit or the safe shots he didn't take? Topic 3, Michelle Y, the hype machine. What happens when a 15-year-old gets $10 million before winning anything significant? You get the Michelle Y story. Back in 2005, everyone was losing their minds over this Hawaiian teenager who could bomb drives 300 yards. Big Wacy, they called her. The swing looked like Ernie Els, smooth as silk. Nike and Sony threw $10 million per year at her for her 16th birthday. $10 million. That's more than most PGA Tour winners make in their entire careers. Everyone said she'd be the female Tiger Woods, but here's the question. Was the talent real or just the hype? At 14, she beat 47 men at the Sony Open, including 18 PGA Tour winners. The ability was there. So, what went wrong? 5 LPGA wins and 1 major in 13 years. She won her only major in 2014, almost a decade after turning pro. Then just 1 more win in 2018. The talent was real, the expectations were insane, but the results? Michelle Wie became the poster child for overhyped potential. If you're loving this video, subscribe now and help us hit 10K golf fans by month's end. Topic 4. Anthony Kim, the Vanishing Act. What do you call a golfer who disappears at his peak? Anthony Kim. In 2008, this guy had everything. Swagger, game, results. He was winning faster than anyone not named Tiger Woods. First American under 25 to win twice in 1 season since Tiger in 2000. Then came the 2008 Ryder Cup. Kim destroyed Sergio Garcia 5-4 in singles, helping Team USA win their first Ryder Cup since 1999. Ranked 6th in the world at 23, he wasn't just talented, he was supposed to save American golf from its boring image. So what happened next? He vanished. Completely. In 2012, he tore his Achilles. Surgery, 9 to 12 month recovery timeline. He never came back. Not once. Why would a 27-year-old in his prime just disappear? Here's the sketchy part. Rumors say he had a $10 to $20 million insurance policy that only paid out if his injury was career-ending. If he ever played again, the policy was void. What's worse, losing your career to injury or getting paid millions to fake it? Anthony Kim chose the money and became golf's greatest what-if story. Topic 5. Ian Baker Finch, the mental collapse. What's more terrifying than losing your swing? Losing your mind. In 1991, Ian Baker Finch was unstoppable at Royal Birkdale. Closing rounds of 64-66 won him the Open Championship by 2 shots. Pure dominance, the kind of victory every golfer dreams about. Then everything fell apart. Not his swing, his mind. This wasn't a slump. Baker Finch had a complete mental breakdown. He could still stripe it on the range, but put him in competition? Forget it. The confidence was gone. How bad did it get? In 1995 and 1996, he either missed the cut, withdrew, or was disqualified in every single PGA Tour event. 29 straight tournaments. For a former major champion, that's almost impossible. The lowest point? 1997 at Royal Troon. Baker Finch shot 92 in the first round. The worst score ever by a former Open champion. He withdrew before round 2 and cried in the locker room. What breaks a champion's spirit so completely? From Open winner to broken man in 6 years. Golf's cruelest transformation. Topic 6. David Duval, the fallen king. What happens when the world's best golfer suddenly forgets how to play? David Duval wasn't just good. He was world #1. Money list leader in 1998, #1 ranking in 1999, shot 59 at the Bob Hope Classic. He was beating Tiger Woods head-to-head and making it look easy. His crowning moment came at the 2001 Open Championship. Closing rounds of 65-67 swept him from 7 back to victory by 3. Finally, his major breakthrough. This should have been the beginning of a legendary career. Instead, it was the end of everything. Following that 2001 Open victory, Duval never won again on tour. Never. His game fell apart. Back problems, wrist issues, vertigo. By 2004, he dropped from world #1 to outside the top 400. What destroys a champion faster? Injury or losing confidence? Duval went from beating Tiger to begging for sponsor exemptions. The fall was swift and brutal. If you're loving this video, subscribe now and help us hit 10K golf fans by month's end. Topic 7. Sergio Garcia, the emotional wreck. What do you call someone with unlimited talent but zero emotional control? Sergio Garcia. This guy had more raw ability than most pros dream of. What he didn't have? The mental game. For 2 decades, Sergio was golf's biggest head case. His first major was the 1996 Open. 74 majors later, he finally won at the 2017 Masters. Most players don't get half that many chances. But Sergio wasn't losing because he couldn't play. He was losing because he couldn't control himself. 3 club throws, 1 launched shoe, damaged tee boxes, decimated bunkers, attacked bushes, destroyed microphones, and 1 hole full of spit. He literally spat into a hole during a tournament. He attacked a gorse bush so hard he injured his shoulder. In 2019, he got disqualified for damaging greens in a rage. What's more frustrating, watching talent go to waste or being the talent that's wasted? Sergio could have won 5 majors. Instead, he's remembered as golf's most volatile genius. Topic 8. Hunter Mahan, the fadeaway. What's the worst way to end a career? Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Hunter Mahan was Mr. Reliable. World ranking of #4 in 2012. Highest ranked American at the time. From 2007 to 2014, he made every tour championship. 6 wins, multiple Ryder Cups, $30 million in earnings. His last hurrah came at the 2014 Barclays. 3 straight birdies, clutched 20-footer on 17, won by 2. Everyone thought he was back. That win was his goodbye. What followed was golf's strangest decline. No injury, no scandal, no meltdown. Just a slow fade. Within 3 years, he went from tour winner to losing his card. Between 2015 and 2021, 1 top 10 and 60-plus missed cuts. His caddy thinks having 3 kids and enjoying fatherhood played a role. What's more important? Golf greatness or family happiness? Hunter Mahan chose early retirement over chasing glory. Topic 9. Rocky Thompson, the eternal loser. What do you call someone who played 611 tournaments and never won once? Rocky Thompson. 611 starts, 0 wins. Not once, not even by accident. 27 years of chasing that first victory like it was the Holy Grail. How bad were his earnings? $146,000. $391 over 27 years. That's $5,441 per year. Your weekend club pro makes more than that. But here's the thing. Rocky had a gift for Monday qualifiers. So good at getting into tournaments, they called him King Rabbit. He just couldn't close once he got there. His best finish? Solo second at the 1969 Western Open. Close, yet so far away. What keeps a man grinding for 3 decades without a single victory? At age 50, Rocky finally found success on the senior tour, winning the 1991 Syracuse Senior Classic. After 600-plus events without a win, he finally got to celebrate. Sometimes the worst golfers just need a few decades to figure it out. Topic 10. Angel Cabrera, the fallen champion, 2007 to 2025. What happens when a major champion throws it all away? Angel Cabrera was golden. El Pato won the 2007 U.S. Open and 2009 Masters. First South American to claim both majors. The swing, the power, ice-cold nerves when it mattered. Off the course? Different story entirely. Instead of chasing more majors, Cabrera spiraled into legal chaos. Convicted of assaulting multiple ex-girlfriends, fled the country, spent 2 years in prison in Brazil and Argentina. From green jackets to mugshots? How do you destroy a legacy that completely? The man who could have been Argentina's greatest golfer became its most notorious criminal. But here's the twist. In 2025, after his release, he came back. Won events on the Champions Tour. If he stays clean, maybe this story gets rewritten. What matters more, talent or character? Cabrera proved that all the ability in the world means nothing when you throw away everything else. Topic 11. Paul Lorie, the lucky champion. What do you call a major champion who backed into his title? Paul Lorie. Don't get me wrong. Lorie deserves to be called a major champion. But let's be honest, the 1999 Open is remembered for Velde's collapse, not Lorie's triumph. Down 10 shots starting the final round, Lorie completed the biggest comeback in major history. Sounds impressive, right? Except he wasn't chasing anyone down. He was watching the leader self-destruct on live TV. Lorie shot 67, then sat in the clubhouse watching Velde wade into the berry burn. In the playoff, he hit 4-iron to 4 feet for the win. So what did he do with this gift-wrapped major? Not much. Never won on the PGA Tour, never contended in another major. 8 European Tour wins, but Carnoustie remained his peak. What's worse? Never winning a major or winning one you didn't really earn? Probably the worst golfer to ever win a major championship. Topic 12. Kevin Na, the tree magnet. What happens when a simple par 4 becomes a nightmare? Ask Kevin Na. The 2011 Valero Texas Open, 9th hole. Straightforward par 4, right? Not for Nay. His drive found trees, then more trees, then even more trees. What started as one bad shot became an endless cycle of frustration. Tree after tree after tree. The situations with every swing. The final damage? 16. On a par 4. That's not golf, that's performance art. How do you shoot 16 on a hole most amateurs can bogey? Shattered the record for highest score on a par 4 in PGA Tour history. Some records you don't want to hold. These 12 stories prove that golf doesn't care about your talent, your ranking, or your bank account. From Maurice Flickcraft's legendary incompetence to Kevin Na's tree-finding clinic, the game humbles everyone eventually. What separates the great from the forgotten? Sometimes it's talent, sometimes it's mental strength, sometimes it's just luck. But one thing's certain, golf will find your weakness and exploit it mercilessly. And the worst golfers aren't just the ones who couldn't play. They're the ones who had everything and lost it all. If you enjoyed these tales from golf's dark side, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We've got more stories from the fairways that'll make you appreciate just how cruel this beautiful game can be. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter how good your round was today, if you don't subscribe to our channel, you will miss more of our videos.